Rating every year of my YouTube career is like my most beloved videos I've ever made. A retrospective to remember everything I've accomplished in my YouTube career. But now it's packed with every creative and mental difficulty to analyze along the way. You can delete a video, but you can't delete a year. Or delete someone reposting your deleted video. But just because some of my gaming videos from this decade may have made you miserable, doesn't mean they were completely useless. But I'm still worried that the crack that I ran on to record gaming videos every day won't be able to save the entire year from going into the garbage section of this tier list. And since I switched my focus to bigger projects, there's really been almost nothing going on. And it's like I'm slowly realizing that my channel is just being run by somebody who wakes up from their coma every couple months to make an update. But when I was conscious this year, even when I learned from my mistakes and just ended up making different ones, and then realized that I made way more than before, and might be why the Rybro iceberg took up a third of the year, I think I made a solid effort. Even making my 2 tier lists, there had to be an unexpected difficulty spike. If you try to add your pictures one at a time, they replace each other, so you have to gather and highlight every single one together in a folder. It might not seem like it was that maddening, but that small bit of rage is a perfect summary of what ran around in my head whenever I looked at the fuck you folder before I got rid of it. So after we rate 2022 and get it out of our way, I'll rate every year from 2013 to 2021, D tier to S tier. 2022. Hey guys, I've just been enjoying the holidays while they last. How about you get up and make a new video, you lazy sack of shit? Editing a new video in his spare time just like the beginning of every year. What a sweetheart. I may have peaked with the Tigger movie review, just for 2022, not forever. Relax. I'm so stubborn you don't even realize. I never know when to quit. That might be why the rest of the year was such a struggle. Making a video about one of my most nostalgic movies of my childhood was scary for me. I didn't know how I was going to convey how the animations and voices took me out of the year I was living in for a second, because it still had that power to load that save file lost in my mind for 2 decades, when I can't even trust my own 3-year-old brain to remember any memories of Zelda Ocarina of Time, despite that picture of me and my dad gaming with the washer and dryer behind us. So I just gave up on that and made my dad jokes. And if I had the power to control where I place my ads, or ever had them to begin with, it would be timecode 741, right after I send my gift through the power of the internet.
Good job.
But I don't, and it was useless, and I don't remember anything from N64 Ocarina of Time, but I recommend my Tigger movie review anyway. It's good 2000s nostalgia. Another nostalgic thing was a Ryan and Robin video. Our Cuphead boss's enemies characters smasher pass. Even before you watch it, these types of thumbnails are so exciting and enticing because it's everybody from a game crammed in together. And with my social anxiety, I'm glad that they were looking at each other and not me, so I'm not uncomfortable. And then Robin and I made everybody uncomfortable anyway, when we said we would destroy the cylindrical bot. Cylindrical bot. You know what? Smash. And after 9 months go by, 9 months of delays, which we're both to blame for, Robin delaying it 9 months because of moving and school, and me delaying it 40 minutes because I was late getting home the day we were going to get together and record. But now we were both ready to record our Steven Universe Gem Smasher Pass. I think she was always like, oh, I can't help them because it'll be bad, or I have to go because I can't be here. I have to go to and then she builds a house on the moon, which I thought was pretty sick. But I single-handedly destroy it in 3 moves. 1, I begin by saying I'm aware it's been 7 months since the last Ryan and Robin video. So I know that it's been 7 months since the last Ryan and Robin video, because I didn't realize it had been 9 months already before recording, and I apparently was too busy to try harder. 2, I decided to switch it from a Gems Smasher Pass to a Gems Ranking video last minute, and also made it more difficult because I ended up switching things around, so it's not a Smasher Pass anymore, but it is a tier. What if I hit 5? Yes. It shows the screen. It is ranking every Steven Universe gem, because I have such a boner for Tier Maker apparently. But I did it because if Robin and I collectively remember most of the gems, we have a good chance of sharing stories and favorite episode moments. 3. My memory failed me so hard on literally everything related to the history of Steven Universe, and I realized that Robin barely remembers as much as I do, which really shocked me because they usually have an amazing memory. They probably don't even remember anything from when I played N64 Ocarina of Time, so I won't even bother asking. The Rybro Ice BERG dummy was so much fun. Oh my god, somebody stop me. I'm gonna rate them all quick. I followed the algorithm of long, disturbing iceberg analysis videos, and then said fuck you and unfollowed it by uploading 2 to 3 minute videos for weeks, but still managed to build that tension when they get worse. And my why bottle episodes are like magic video that took 3 months out of me that I'll never get back. I didn't feel 3 months older from when I started this one. It felt like more like it was going to be my last video, right before I had the heart attack that would finally kill me, just desperate to complete my work before the year ends, even if it was going to die on the internet sooner than me. I accepted that trying new things could mean they might refuse to cooperate. The ones that I never gave up on and made it into videos were probably some of the biggest chances that I took. 2022 gets to be in A tier, subtly setting the tone for the garbage that's about to follow. Okay, that wasn't subtle. My bad. D tier. 2013. I had a late start to 2013. I got here in October, so this one barely belongs in a video of ranking an entire year, but it was the beginning, so I will try. So what redeemable qualities within these 2 months do I have to argue against? Yeah, most of these should just be deleted forever. Except Mother 3. Not only was it the suggestion from Robin that spawned the beginning of my biggest playthrough for the next year and a month, but it was mostly inviting Robin over to get me through a part of the game whenever I just gave up, that prevented the series from crumbling to nutbread pieces. I cheated, but I was becoming the only cheater in Mother 3 who never once read or abused the actual real cheats. The only thing I abused was my friend's amazing memory. But what did you expect from me when every time they opened my inventory during a battle, they suddenly realized I've been sabotaging myself with nothing but rotting nutbread? Just collecting nutbread was cute at first, but for the next 25 hours of the game, researching effective weapons and enemy weaknesses and healing items and learning to save so I don't die every couple tries, I believe would have made my playthrough a little less pathetic. So shockingly, in my first 3 episodes, I don't make that much progress in 2013. So why am I still continuing to review 2 months of basically nothing? Because I made a sick dramatic channel trailer. 2015. 2015 was just 2013, but for 10 months, which does sound worse. I had a late start because our power went out and it messed with my computer, so I reset it and I lost everything. After the success of Mother 3, I think I was lost. Like, looking at my game library, I really had nothing left. I should have just given up. Do these even sound like the best gaming memories ever? Five Nights at Freddy's 3, the Undertale playthrough I deleted because I killed Toriel, Five Nights at Freddy's 4. In my gaming memories and bigger projects video, I said that because I couldn't appreciate games fully, even if I was enjoying them, I felt like I missed out on a lot, especially closer to the beginning when YouTube was really booming, because I was only 15, which was when most of the time you couldn't even trust me to complete a series within a reasonable time. I remember losing an old Grow Home video. I eventually moved on from all of them, thankfully. I don't think any of you will be mad that fucking Grow Home Part 3 is missing. I might not have gotten to the end of The Escapists or Hotline Miami, but I kept them going long enough to become probably everyone's favorite series of that year. When my uncle visited us in the summer, or my dad's side of the family, or really whenever anyone visits me, I used to be like, well, might as well make a video. But before any of that, I used to give them my new room update tour, because rearranging everything in my room was how I cleared my mind, and I wanted to see their reactions to it. So even though my uncle was probably expecting to read a book or relax, I expected to play Hotline Miami with him, because he was only here for a couple days, and I won. I was controlling the shooting, Aaron was controlling the moving. I don't believe any one of us was worse than the other, but I don't think I would have been any better without him. We both sucked. And it was the year I started my secret passion of destroying the innocence of my friends' old gaming videos, and not regretting any of it. But for my gaming videos that I destroy all by myself, and regret so many things. But sometimes it even catches me off guard, because I have this ability that I'm cursed with whenever I go into unexpected rambling territory. Either it's me being impressive or a weapon to wear you down mentally.
9,999.99999 impossible. I am the wrong character.
And if you didn't like that, then don't worry, I got a taste of my own medicine. The thing that wore me down the longer it lasted was a Skype call where Mary basically drove Jay to psychosis over a supposed Snickers wrapper.
Can you not? I think I'm going fucking insane. Oh my god. I hate my life. What the fuck is that? I know it's you and I just want to know what the fuck it is. Why won't you tell me?
Probably the hardest I've ever died laughing. It helped me along my year of recovery after Mother 3 ended, but it obviously didn't go that well since we're in D tier, but let's see if we healed it all. 2016. We're moving on to C tier, and 2016 is basically 2015. I'm just messing with you. There are more cute gaming memories from 2016, but we're only in C tier, so we can only get so excited. But they are getting less difficult to find. But it still takes effort, so no, I'm not really messing with you. I was so deep into gaming that I can't even describe it all. It's just such a big blur because I was so busy. My Crashlands baby will be 7 now, and getting to the end of a game was big for me. You know my history. I go from 2 videos a day to not recording part 2 of a scary game until I remember to a month later in a heartbeat.
He posted the first part, and then he was like, I think this is one of the games that I'll actually be consistent with. Like, I'll actually post it regularly. A month goes by. Nothing.
But I don't think you would really mind it that much, because there's so much of a variety of gaming videos that it gives you a chance to find at least one good thing about each one. And if you miss a couple, you can just move on to something else. But if you're really struggling to find anything worth your time, then maybe stop. I don't want to worsen your mental health. Look at you. It's already bad enough. Never mind. It's actually legitimately difficult for me to pick from this year. It's like 2016 Ryan made all these memories just to mess with my mind and trick it into believing that there was less dumb shit than there actually was, so I'm disoriented.
Huh? Ew.
Our old gaming gang. I used to secretly start recording our gaming sessions, but I think they ended up being glad that it was in a video so they could remember it again. Maybe what saves my old videos is when I have someone to react off of instead of being in a room by myself. Well, that's too bad because I'm the main character and I'm incredibly stubborn. Next one is what I wanted and no one else. For John's birthday video 2016, I go get therapy because every time I got mad, my eyes started uncontrollably zooming in and everything turned red. Just like how John used to edit his videos when he raged. But in this universe, I got amnesia or something, and now I'm scared and don't know what's going on. And then the therapist gets me to complete sentences like tasty vanilla ice cream and banana Jesus, which are all just old John quotes. And then all of Ryan's memories come crashing in and they scream. Oh wait. No, never mind. The therapist is the one who screams and all their memories come crashing in. Even though they would have had to figure it out earlier to help Brian figure it out. But no. Well, that sucked. I feel bad for myself because I have so many creative ideas, but if I wasn't only 16, then the execution wouldn't need as much work as it does. That's my problem. But I did my very best with how very small my brain was and how very much my dad wanted to stop recording and go back downstairs. And of all the 10 minutes of screen time that my dad gets in 9 years of my videos, from my 100 subscriber milestone to the history of gaming related destruction with my dad, and playing Elder Scrolls Online whenever he's not in my videos, you wouldn't think he's that bad, right? Well, not every dad in his 50s right now goes without making some controversial remarks and takes during an argument. They just can't get out of it. So my compilation video idea I had was the rise and fall of my dad. It begins with my dad's more wholesome moments, like baby boy Ryan playing N64 Zelda with his dad with a washer and dryer behind them, but every moment after another gets more unhinged. It'll probably never get made because I still like my dad. If you believe me, Dad. 5 Nights at Freddy's sister location. When can we move on from this? Will it ever go away? Well, fuck me, I guess. 2020. It's 2020. You moved out of your parents and into a new space to make even more memories, and then was mentally scarred. I did what I was supposed to. Do nothing but be home, recording videos, and getting paid by the government. But once that ended, and we had to go back to work, I really missed it. And in September, with what I was going through, I didn't know what was wrong with me, because I'd never felt like that before. I fell into my first real depression. Just like the year I forgot every memory from N64 Ocarina of Time when I was 3 years old. 2003 D tier, and whenever my dryer exploded in 2007, also D tier. But after I recovered, and moved out 14 years later, and met a dryer I know I can trust, This is what I made in 2020. Most of my memories from making videos were all in my old room, and the best transition to give you guys while I'm moving everything was my most beloved videos I've ever made. And the best transition while I'm moving to movie and game reviews is rating every year of my YouTube career. I shared my crying for 20 minutes after the end of Stranger Things 3's story, because I was the only one brain dead enough not to realize what was about to happen to Hopper. The editors really know how to fuck you up when they play Deep by Peter Sandberg. I'm gonna save a bigger rambling for Stranger Things after it ends, and do like a retrospective on every character. Will's haircut's not looking so good, but at least it's a better friend to Will than Mike. I'm slowly burning through all of Robin and Aiden's playthroughs of Pokemon, and ruining them. It reminds me when I used to fuck up my Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. And the best thing about it is that it completely goes against YouTube's algorithm. See, 30-minute videos are all the rage now, or the minimum rage, and you gotta get those sweet watch time hours, but you can't really get them with shorter videos unless they're shorts. But the risk of not getting recommended when you have nothing to lose is just so degrading and exciting. Sorry about it. Never Song was the big playthrough of the year. I played it a couple years ago when it used to be Once Upon a Coma, where you run through fields and meet a town of orphans, and then it was suddenly an entire game about losing your wife and wondering if you'll ever get her back. It was a little stressful, but even though 2020 was too near the end, everybody got behind it, and it spawned so much more fan art than I've gotten in a long time. But this was the beginning of the end of my mental health. But before it shoved me into my maniacal rambling arc and got used to it, the clouds were getting darker on my channel. B tier, 2014. Now you might think I have to cheat with 2014 if we're in B tier already, and only bring up Strawberry Slime and Five Nights at Freddy's so I can get away with ranking it where it is. How to fucking cheat at my own tier list, which I'm not supposed to do, but I want you to believe me when I say that 2014 was just so pure. It was before the anxiety of having to be good at games, and even way before I realized I sucked at games. After I got home from school, I'd disappear into my room, record video games for 15 minutes because Screencast-O-Matic sucked, and then get to edit it for the rest of the night, and have it up the next day. And whether those gaming videos would be enjoyable in 9 years or not, I was enjoying making them, and that's all that mattered. And nobody could get mad at me. And nobody was. I was hitting 21, 27, 50, 65, and 100 subscribers, and made milestone videos for every single one. I was blowing up. Classic skits like Ryan's Life in a Nutshell was made, which was about me being really into Flappy Bird, which was cool because it was made at the same time I was really into Flappy Bird. And when me sucking at a game was actually necessary. I was getting mad because I kept dying in Flappy Bird, but then my third run shocked me because I became a master all of a sudden. And then when I eventually died again, I celebrated my new high score with a screenshot of my victory. And back then, before I released anything, I wanted to see my parents' reactions, and I remember my dad laughing, which is something I think everyone remembers for a long time. If you make your own dad laugh. I remember every video of mine that made my dad laugh. Nostalgic episodes of Mother 3 were being made. Every recording, it was so exciting to make more progress. And whether it was unlocking new locations, or running into bigger threats, gathering nut bread. Those were the moments that made my special sleeper hit episodes. My rage quest making my way through the map, defeating, not really, the Mecha Draco with Robin, the Chimera giving me a heart attack. It was a good beginner series for me to explore my abilities in a long playthrough, which is where I wander into that extended rambling territory that I mentioned earlier, that either impresses you or breaks you down mentally.
In the last part, if you don't remember, there is this big red thing that you cannot go near, or else instant death, insta game over, insta close the game and die. You can't go near it, so...
My maniacal rambling arc was still years away, but it's a good thing that every other game this year only really needed crazy, unexpected screaming as reactions, which 14-year-old me was effing ready for. Funny Happy Wheels deaths, Destroy the Porn, SCP-12Y13020, Earthbound. My editing was timeless because I made sure that you guys never got to see a boring video, even if I wasn't making progress. And whatever else I struggled with, I did what I could with how small my 2014 brain was, moved on, kept making videos, and then Mother 3 ended and I lost my mind.